Hi everyone, welcome to your reading for Saturday, May 23rd. Today's affirmation is, I make friends easily, I am outgoing and friendly, and others enjoy being with me. For our reading today, I'm going to be using the numerology guidance cards, and this deck was gifted to me. I've had it for a while, but I have not used it because I don't know very much about numerology. I have a very general idea of what it's about, and I don't talk about anything that I have no knowledge of. So I'm going to go ahead and use these cards because they can give you a good reading even if you're not focusing on the numbers. So I'm just going to focus on the cards themselves. So I'm going to start by showing you the first one, parenting. Now this card could be about your parent, or it could be about you if you're a parent, in which case it might mean that you need to focus more on spending time with your parents or your children. And if you don't have any children, this could mean any children in your lives. If you're a teacher, or if you have nieces or nephews and you spend time with them, this could be what that is referring to. This could even be about your future children, little souls who are around you right now and who are just waiting to come into your life. And this is something that actually happened to me. I get visits from a future son who's shown up in my bedroom before as a big ball of light, and he's even communicated with me on several occasions. So I feel like something similar could be going on with some of you, regardless of whether or not you're actually aware of it, because they choose us, and sometimes they'll watch us before they come to this planet. This could also be about a pregnancy, and if you're thinking that you don't want to get pregnant, don't panic. It might not be about you. The last time I had a pregnancy card come up in a reading that I did for someone, it was actually about her best friend who ended up giving birth a few days later. So it could be about someone you know, or even a pet, but I feel like if this parenting card has come up for a lot of you, it might mean that you need to spend more time with your children, playing, talking with them, and just bonding with them. And next we have love. This goes back to what I was saying about making sure that you are spending time playing and bonding with the children in your lives. But I'm also thinking back to a reading that we had on Wednesday, I believe, where the cards indicated that there was a lot of drama going on at home. And this might be affecting your children, especially if they have to witness it. Because this is something that could be going on between you and the other parent. It always affects them. So this might be encouraging more compromise, more harmony within the family. It's also a card that is encouraging you to heal any relationships within the family, especially if this is with your children or your parents. And for others of you who do not have children right now, I feel like this card is just saying that it will come in time when you're able to meet someone with whom you're going to fall in love with, maybe a soulmate or twin flame. So there's definitely hope for you yet. And lastly, we have rebirth. And I almost forgot that while meditating on this reading and asking for more clarity in what we needed to know, I heard the words nature versus nurture, which is basically a psychology term that I remember hearing in one of my college classes. And it was basically about whether heredity or the environment most impacts our development and growth. So I think this relates to both you and your children, both present and future. Because we have the term rebirth, to me this is about change and transition. It could be within the family dynamics, maybe things needing to change and become more harmonious at home, or maybe you need to compromise more, or maybe there needs to be more love between the family members, especially between the parents. But I think there's a deeper message here. So just going back to the nature versus nurture, I feel like this is also about shattering old belief systems and questioning what you were taught growing up, and now figuring out what is true for you, what you believe, and then living your life according to your own truth. And when we grow up and we're taught certain things, sometimes it's really hard to let go of that. It becomes such a deep part of us and who we are. It's not easy to let go of those beliefs. But this is not necessarily about believing that you have to raise your kids the way that you were raised. And the same is also true for your children in your life. I feel like it is about guiding their growth and teaching them what you feel that they need to know, while also giving them room to grow and to make certain decisions for themselves and to discover their own truth, especially when you feel that they're old enough. And it may mean that they might not necessarily live their life the way that you want them to, but remember that each soul must walk in their own unique path. We're all different. We all have different lessons to learn. So it is about being careful about what you teach them and being careful about what they learn from other people, because there's influence everywhere. They're going to be influenced by television, media, their friends, and also what they're taught in school. And maybe be really careful that you're monitoring what they do on social media networks. You would be surprised at how much of an influence society has on children. But overall, the message here is about loving the children in your life or your parents, spending time with them, and making sure that your relationship with them is harmonious. And this is also about paying attention to how they're influenced by you as well as society. And this is about you and making sure that you live your life according to what you believe. This is about shattering old belief systems and figuring out what is true for you, and not feeling like you have to live your life based on what you may have been taught growing up, especially if that no longer resonates with you. So I thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I'll be back tomorrow.